Hey everyone, it's time to get the bottom of the engine off, the 924, finally. Let's go. Hey guys, right, so we're underneath the car's all jacked up, as you can see, all in the stands, and we've got to get this part of the engine, so the sump, off, and as you can see there's been quite a big leak for a long time through these seals here, and generally I think the gasket is shot, but if you come back here to the sump plug is, you know, you can see the drips here, so there's definitely leakage coming from lots of places, and I'm also a little bit concerned that it might have potentially a crack in the sump somewhere, but we'll have to take it off and clean it and give it a check. So you can see the hex bolts there. There's two sizes. I think there's about 16, 17 bolts along the bottom there that you can see. If I zoom in there, hopefully you can see the two sizes that hold it to the block. But what we have to do first is undo the tie rods, undo the rack, which is sat right up in there, get this steering rack off, suspension loose, and then get this front cross member, which the wishbones, lower arms connect to, get those untied. As you can see, I'll fit a new one, so you know this should all come apart pretty easy. Wishful thinking, as they say, but once we get those two off, then we've got access to the bottom of the engine, and we can start undoing that and get that up and get that off. So first of all, let's drain the oil and start undoing the steering rack. Now to drop the front sway bar. Okay, let's try and drop the steering rack off now. So we have to get this front cross member out, which the suspension is attached to. So we've dropped the sway bar, we've got rid of the steering rack, as you can see. A bit rusty, could do a bit of a tidy up, but got to get access to these bolts to this side, to the other side. So I've removed the bolts here for this part of the lower wishbone control arm. Just going to remove these two now, both sides. That should then drop this down, give us access to these bolts here, and then that will be this cross member off, and we've got access to the bottom of the engine. We can start to get these bolts undone and get the sump off. Okay, onwards and upwards. Okay, so there it is, the bottom of the sump, bottom of the engine, everything's out of the way. We've got a bunch of bolts now to remove along the join with the block. Hopefully none of them are seized too badly, and should come out okay. So yeah, almost there. Okay, we got a bit of card, front of the engine, back of the engine, number of bolts that will come out of the bottom of the sump. So I'll get them in the right order when putting it back. Just cup of tea, keep this going. Excuse me. So loosening that, loosening the engine mount, let me get access to that one. So now just going to work my way around from front to back, slowly loosening all the bolts, and yeah, hopefully we'll have the sump off any moment. Okay, bottom of the engine out, everything's done. So as you can see, pretty mank, 90,000 miles of grime and dirt. I suppose it's not too bad, but this is a bit interesting, like the side, the housing. I'm not too sure. I need to clean this up and see if that's like any cracks. Also, this repair, however long ago that was done, looks to be possibly one of the areas of the leaks. So it might be a new sump. So we'll clean it up and have a look, and most likely it's going to be looking underneath. There we go. So all looks pretty clean. Just started to clean up around the bottom of the engine. Bit more work to do there, just to bring it back into a good state before we put the gaskets back on and hopefully get a leak-free bottom of the engine. Right, so that's been a fun Sunday afternoon. Hope you enjoyed all the videos, and more to come. Take it easy.